Hi, my name is Kelsey Graham, and I'm the director of the Personal Trainer Certificate Program at San Diego Mesa College. This brief intro session is designed to give you an overview of our certificate program and answer many frequently asked questions that students have before beginning. Let's dive in. So this is designed as a one-year certificate program that typically takes 2 semesters to complete. However, sometimes students are also completing additional certificate or degree programs at the same time, or they may be working full-time and they may decide to take the program in 2 years instead. That's completely acceptable. We'll look more at the classes and their layout in just a minute. When you complete the program through us, you get a state certificate in personal training from Mesa College. Now, this certificate shows gyms and other training facilities that you've done an in-person, hands-on training program, which is different than just doing a self-study to sit for a nationally accredited exam. However, after you complete our program, we do recommend that you sit for one of these nationally accredited certification exams. And the one we prepare students for is the Personal Trainer Certificate Exam from the American Council on Exercise, also known as ACE. Now, the reason we suggest students sit for this program or sit for this certificate after our program is that most gyms will require you to have a national level certificate to train for them and to be covered under their insurance. So this program gives you all the hands-on skills and tools, the state level certification that shows you did over 95%, which is much higher than the national average. Additionally, sometimes students sit for other exams by ACE, like their group fitness instructor certification, or some students may choose to be certified by other national certification organizations. That's okay. You just may need to buy an additional textbook and do some additional self-study around that organization's materials or a different certification by ACE, if that's the direction you want to go. The courses in our program are all lecture and applied, meaning that there is some lecture in class components, as well as applied hands-on training, testing, and programming experience. Let's talk a little bit about the courses in the program. Our courses are split into the fall and spring semester. All of the courses in the program, with the exception of one, are 8-week accelerated 2-unit courses, and I'll describe each of those here. In the fall semester, we offer applied kinesiology, applied physiology, fitness nutrition, and exercise and fitness assessment. Now, you'll take 2 of these classes at a time, not all 4, 2 the first half of the semester for 8 weeks, and then 2 the other half of the semester for 8 weeks. The fall semester is really our scientific basis semester of the program. So you'll learn a lot about kinesiology and physiology, fitness assessment and nutrition that will serve as a platform for your more hands-on courses in the spring. In the spring, we offer techniques of weight training, techniques of fitness leadership, exercise for special populations, and the personal trainer professional preparation course, which is sort of the capstone class of our program. That last class helps prepare you to sit for your exam and to step into the workforce. Offered both semesters, we have our work experience or internship class, which I'll go into more detail in a minute, and our care and prevention of athletic injuries class. You can take that class in either the fall or spring semester. So let's talk a little bit more about the course design. As I mentioned, most of the courses are 8-week accelerated 2-unit courses. They meet once a week for 8 weeks. Typically, the classes are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays only, and these are typically done in the afternoons. So you'll be in class Tuesday and Thursday afternoons the whole semester for both semesters. That way you don't have to change your work schedule around. Everything is just set the way it is, and you don't have to tweak things too much. Most of the classes are designed as hybrid classes, meaning that there's a portion of the class done live in person and a portion of the class done on your own online. We found that this works well because students can get the hands-on pieces in person work with their classmates, train, get feedback, learn from the professor, and then do things like additional readings, sometimes short lectures, quizzes, or assignments online. This minimizes the amount of time that you have to tweak your work or your other academic schedule to be in class, while maximizing the amount of time you're able to get hands-on experience. The only course that's not offered in this format is the Care and Prevention of Athletic Injuries course. That is a 3-unit course. As I said, it's offered both fall and spring semester, and it's typically offered in 2 sections on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. So whichever semester you choose to take that course, you may need to tweak your schedule a little bit. Okay, so what are the steps to complete the program? There is no application for a program. All you need to do is apply to be a student at Mesa College. So if you've applied to become a student at Mesa College, you are ready to go in the program. You don't need a separate application to our program specifically. So what I do recommend that you do is you request an appointment to meet with a counselor. And you can find the Mesa counseling page by Googling SD Mesa Counseling, and you can easily request an appointment to meet with them there. In this appointment, you'll want to create an educational plan for the personal training program. This puts in the system in your file that you are enrolled in this program at Mesa College. And the reason that this is important is it helps you finish up the program and get your certificate when you're completed. If you don't do it now, you'll have to follow up and take this step later. However, if you've already started at step 3, taking the classes, and you haven't done steps 1 and 2, that's okay. Don't sweat it. You will be able to complete it later. It'll just make the process more smooth for you by doing steps 1 and 2 first. So ideally, you meet with a counselor and you create an ed plan for the personal training program. You can also chat with them about any questions you have about the program, financing the classes, etc., when the classes are going to be offered in any given semester, and they can help you answer questions that you might have about the program before you begin. Step 3 is take the classes. As you saw, we offer set classes in the fall and the spring, and then classes that are offered both semesters. So you'll want to look at Mesa's course calendar or Mesa's classes for any given semester before you sign up to see the specific days and times and classrooms that we're offering these classes, enroll in them, and then join us at the start of the semester. Our fall semester typically begins at the end of August, and our spring semester typically begins at the end of January or the beginning of February, depending on the year. Each semester is 16 weeks or 4 months long. Lastly, when you're in the process of taking your final course in the program, you'll petition for your certificate to graduate. You can do this either by logging onto My Portal and petitioning for your certificate. You can only take that option if you've already created an ed plan, or you'll have to set up a meeting with a counselor at this point to both create an ed plan and petition for your certificate. That's why it's easier to knock out steps 1 and 2 at the beginning. And don't sweat it if you forget these steps. We go over each of these things in the program and actually have assignments to remind you to complete steps 1, 2, and 4. What else is important to know? The internship or work experience class is one that many students have questions about. This class is Exercise Science 270, and it runs a little bit differently than the rest of the courses. Even though this is considered a class that you enroll in and get credit for, all of your class hours are done in an internship. So you can intern at any gym, studio, or even with an independent trainer in San Diego. If you have your own business, we can also make that work. We've had students do that in the past. The first step to this is completing a work experience application online. This is a unique class where you can't just enroll in it when it's open. You actually have to get an ad code from an instructor after completing your application and getting an agreement signed by your employer or supervisor at your internship. Don't worry, we go through this whole process at multiple points in the program, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up now because many students have questions about this process. We also help students find gyms or studios to intern at. We have a list of locations where students have successfully interned in the past and locations in the San Diego area that let us know they're looking for interns. If you have a home gym that you love going to regularly, or any other studio or place that you're closely affiliated with, you can absolutely choose to intern with them. Most places are very eager and excited to take interns on because it's extra help for them and they get to shine and show off their skill set. Oftentimes, internships can turn into jobs down the road. The internship requires that you complete 60 hours in a semester if it's unpaid, or 75 hours in a semester if it's paid. That shakes out to about 4 hours a week for an unpaid internship, or 5 hours a week for a paid internship. Now, this class has one extra unique bonus in that you can complete it in the fall, spring, or summer semester. So many students complete the internship in the spring semester, which is typically the last semester that students are in the program when they're doing more of their hands-on classes and learning their skills. But some students like to wait until they've completed all of the classes in the program and do their internship over summer. That way, they're not taking any other classes at the same time, and they can just focus on interning. Or maybe if you're working at the same time that you're taking classes, you might want to save your internship for the end. We'll touch base with you at regular intervals throughout the program to make sure you're on track with this. The textbook for the program. The really cool thing about the textbook for this program is that there is only one for all of the classes, or for the majority of the classes. Care and Prevention of Injury may use its own textbook because it's a class that also serves students looking for a degree in kinesiology. But the primary textbook for the courses in the personal training program is ACE's Exercise Professionals Guide to Personal Training. This is ACE's new and updated personal trainer manual that came out in 2020. All of our classes are aligned around this textbook. And while it is a little bit of a pricey textbook, around $150, it is used for all the classes in the program, or the majority of the classes, and it helps prepare you for your certificate exam through ACE at the end, if that's the organization you choose to go through. So it's really a great resource for you. You'll refer back to it many times in the future in your career as a personal trainer. Speaking about costs and finances, financial aid. One thing that many students don't think to look into is financial aid for the program. I recommend that all students thinking about taking our program submit an application to FAFSA, Federal Financial Aid. FAFSA looks at your income, your dependents, and looks at if you qualify for loans or grants. Many of our students in the past have been able to get the entire program covered by FAFSA just by applying. It's free to do so, so I encourage everybody, no matter your income or your dependent level, to apply for FAFSA. The website is here to apply, and if you have further questions about applying for FAFSA, you can email our financial aid office or give them a call with the information here. I do recommend you do this before starting your classes in the program, so your financial aid is ready to go if there's any available to you. Lastly, I want to go over some answers to commonly asked questions that many students have about the program. Do I have to start in the fall semester? No. Many students start our program in the spring. It's January, folks are looking to get into fitness, change careers, and they realize, oh, Mesa has a fabulous personal training program. And so they start then. Now, while I said the fall classes offer the scientific foundation for the spring classes, it's okay. You may feel a little bit at the beginning like everybody already knows what they're talking about. If they've been in the classes before, that's okay. Students are very successful joining our program in the spring semester. You'll just do the classes in the opposite order. You'll get the hands-on classes first and then follow up with the scientific and theoretical basis. So no sweat if you want to start the program in the spring. There are no prerequisites for any of the classes in our program, which means that you can take them in any order that you wish. You don't have to take any classes or show any transcript before, and that allows you to mix and match the classes as you need to best fit your schedule. Ideally, if you want to complete the program in 1 year, or 2 semesters, you would take all the classes offered in the fall and all of the classes offered in the spring to move through. Many veterans ask us about using the GI Bill for tuition. Technically, yes, the GI Bill will pay for the personal trainer certificate program. The one concern is that typically the GI Bill will only pay for students who are enrolled in programs that have 12 units per semester or more. Our program does not meet this 12-unit minimum. However, we have 2 sister schools, City College and Miramar College, that also offer these programs. If you'd like to get your unit threshold above 12 units to be able to take the program and get it covered by the GI Bill, you can mix and match and take extra classes at our sister schools. We've had many motivated veterans do this before. While they have a pretty heavy course load, they're able to complete the program and get it funded. If this is a method you'd like to use, I suggest you reach out to counseling about this or email me directly and I can help you find the appropriate resources. Otherwise, each unit at the community college is currently $46. This program is 19 units. If you take it as is, you're not replacing any classes. There are some classes that are offered or that you're able to replace with other classes within the school. So for example, you may replace our exercise physiology class with human physiology in the biology department. That class is a higher unit number though, so it'll end up costing you a little bit more if you do so. The only reason students may do that is if they're also completing a kinesiology degree at the same time and they already have to take that class. Otherwise, if you're taking our program as is, as most students do, it'll end up being a total of $874 over the 2 semesters. Again, I encourage everyone to apply for federal financial aid that's interested in taking our program. Lastly, many students ask us, do I need prior exercise experience before joining this program? Absolutely not. We've had students of all ages, backgrounds, demographics, and experience levels join our program. However, it does help. If you have a background or interest in exercise, it will help you feel more comfortable and familiar with what you're learning in the program, but it's absolutely not necessary. So that is really it. That's a summary of our program at Mesa College. And there we go. If you have any additional questions about the program, I recommend that you email me, Kelsey Graham, directly at the email listed here. I look forward to hearing from you and hopefully seeing many of you in class shortly. Take care.